Shifting our focus to other developments, which in fact we are tracking from the United States, where President-elect Donald Trump's choice as director of the FBI is Kash Patel. Does not have the typical background for that position, but a move that would replace current chief Christopher Wray before his term expires. A former federal prosecutor and a public defender. He has little management or law enforcement experience previously. Now, the president-elect cites as a key credential Patel's unflagging efforts to discredit the Justice Department's investigation into Russian efforts to influence the 2016 presidential election in the favor of Trump. Trump has praised Patel as a brilliant lawyer, investigator, and America's first fighter who has spent his career exposing corruption, defending justice, and protecting the American people. Kash Patel, 44 years old, is the son of Indian immigrants and has had a diverse career in law and national security. He has started out as a public defender, trying complex cases ranging from murder to financial crimes in the state and federal courts, a fierce critic of the Justice Department and intelligence community. Kash Patel has pledged sweeping reforms if confirmed. He has vowed to shutter the FBI headquarters on day one and redistributes its workforce across the nation. Patel's vision includes declassifying extensive government secrets and revoking the security clearances for the individuals involved in the past investigations of Donald Trump. His nomination is yet another sign of Trump's intent to fill key positions with loyalists willing to execute his agenda. Installing Patel as the FBI chief would upend the current structure of the key agency, aligning with Trump's broader agenda of reshaping key government departments. All right, viewers, now let's take a close look at, in fact, one of the key factors at which Kash Patel, the new FBI director of the Donald Trump, the new president-elect of the United States. Let's get to know some facts about who is in fact Kash Patel, 44 years old. He's the son of the Indian immigrants and has had a diverse career in law and national security. He has also worked as a public defender previously and has practiced in the areas and the sectors of law and also politics. He has started out as a public defender and has also experimented with complex cases ranging from murder to finance crimes in the state 7 federal courts. Working previously and initiated starting as a federal courts advocate as well. He later then transitioned to the Department of Justice, where he worked as a terrorism prosecutor. There, in fact, he climbed the ladder, and Patel gained national attention as a congressional aide to the Representative Devin Nunes in the year 2018. 6 years ago, he in fact worked with in the sectors of terrorism prosecutor. Then he played a pivotal role in drafting a classified memo that alleged the FBI abuses of the surveillance laws targeting Trump campaign and advisors. He has had the experience of working with the Donald Trump office with, in fact, the kind of advisories issued in relating to his campaign. Patel's career has a trajectory where it took him to roles on Trump's National Security Council in the year 2019. Just a year later, he was there working with Trump's National Security Advisory Board as well. He was also the chief of staff to the acting defense secretary during the final months of Trump's presidency. From there, in fact, he has given his time and also his experience into working with the Trump government. He is a fierce critic of the Justice Department and intelligence community, where, in fact, his long span experience in law and also public defending experience continues. He also vowed to shutter the FBI headquarters on day one, before, in fact, the campaigning was initiated in the Donald Trump's presidential election race. Patel's vision includes declassifying extensive government secrets, where, in fact, one of the key vision that have been laid out before the presidential elect campaign began, where Patel clearly mentioned that the vision includes declassifying the extensive government secrets. In fact, viewers, Trump tapped Kash Patel, a close ally and a former national security aide, to serve as the next FBI director. This is where he stands, in fact, right now. Where Kash Patel, in fact, enjoys a long history of also working as a contributor to the advisory to the Trump government. Right now, his appointment as the FBI director also serves as a big message for, in fact, his vision. All right, viewers, joining me live on the broadcast is international affairs expert Robinder Sachdev. I appreciate you joining us live on the broadcast and thank you for speaking to us, sir. Now, right now, in the view of the appointment of Kash Patel as the FBI director by the US President-elect Donald Trump, in fact, how do you decode this? Was this much expected? And after, in fact, he has been named, what is that you're expecting next?
Thank you so much. It was expected, kind of, but it certainly is a strong step. A couple of points. You see, the FBI director, typically they have a tenure of 10 years. The president director, I think he's 7 years into his tenure. He has 3 more years left. So the first thing it indicates is that the present, incumbent would have to go and a new one appointed. That in itself is quite a unprecedented step in U.S. Let's say presidential history or act. So that's one. Secondly, Kash Patel, the background with which he comes, and as is well known, is a very strongly. Of course, he's a Trump loyalist totally. But at the same time, he holds very extreme views also about the Department of Justice. Some of the radical views you've just read out. In terms of what they think that is the Trump team, I would say, that the FBI is populated with people who are, quote unquote, the deep state. That is, these are officials in the US government who oppose the agenda of Trump. Remember, deep state in American meaning has a different context. Therein, it applies government officials inside the government who are opposing the Trump agenda. That is one. But Kash Patel has gone even one more step ahead. He has said we will go after all of those guys, plus we will go after the folks in the media, because their charge is that officials inside the government leak information to the media publishes it, and the public opinion goes against Trump, the Trump administration. So therefore, what Kash Patel has been saying is that we will go, he says we have made a list of officials in the government, in the Department of Justice, in the FBI, as well as in the media, who in the past, it's not about what's going to happen in the future, but who in the past have leaked information and have been the deep state. So it means that apart from many other things, that what we will see is definitely some kind of what could be said to be a witch hunt when Kash Patel, Kash is appointed. So that's one. Other than that, there'll be several other drastic steps. What this also means is that it will set up the Trump administration with some battles in the Senate, because the FBI director has to be confirmed by the Senate. But yes, in the Senate, Republicans are in a majority, but some Republicans may not agree. So what Trump is looking to do is, I think he's looking to bulldoze his appointments and make his cabinet absolutely, totally in his own, vision, so that when he issues any diktat or whatever he wants should flow down the machinery of the government seamlessly. There should be no challenges by the Congress or the Senate. There should be no challenges to any steps he takes by the legal departments. You see, another problem which Trump faced in the first term was that he would issue an order, and then, each department has its own legal department also. Department of Defense has a legal department, Department of Commerce has a legal department, Department of Immigration has a legal department. So his orders, when they would go to the Department of Homeland Security, the legal Department of Homeland Security would say, no, this cannot be implemented, it's illegal, in so many words. What Trump wants in this term is that there should be no such, officials no such departments which can question the order which he passes. So it's definitely it's a curtain raiser of things which are going to come. And Kash Patel's appointment especially shows that it will be an action-packed drama, let's say.
All right, Mr. Sachdev, thank you for in fact giving us your time. At this point, what we are tracking is that Mr. Patel would work for Mr. Trump's proposed Attorney General, Pam Bondi, to restore what Donald Trump had described and envisioned as the FBI's original ethos: fidelity, bravery, and integrity.